Tamron Hall Season 7 has had star-studded exclusives. With the number 7, often known as a lucky number, Tamron is celebrating stories of resilience, determination, and people making their own luck. She joins us now live to talk about what's in store here for the coming weeks. Tamron, good morning. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning, Alejandra. I love that you said lucky because I feel lucky to be talking with you this morning.
Well, we're lucky to have you on. Lucky season number 7. Tamron, what feels different about this season, especially as we reflect and look back to when you first launched the show?
You know what? I don't know if things feel different. I feel, though, that things feel settled. We feel like the community, the TAM fam. I love coming out to the audience and saying to folks, since I'm from Texas, it doesn't matter what area code you're from. It doesn't matter, what gender, any of these things. It matters that we are family. And I don't take family lightly, being a Southerner. So for me, it really is about just growing this TAM fam. And so when I'm home or when I'm traveling, people walking up, Alejandra, and saying, I'm a member of the TAM fam. I think that is where my focus is, and that's the focus on the show. Like, for example, today's show is called What in the World? We have stories that are so unimaginable, including a woman who traveled. I don't know if you know this. A number of people travel to Arkansas every year to mine diamonds. She went to Arkansas to find her own diamond engagement ring. And you will be saying, what in the world, when you see what she actually found on her own. Plus, we have a couple who, speaking of marriage, were planning their wedding, and on the very day they were set to say I do, ended up in the hospital having a baby while the bride was having contractions. It is, a story that you will be sharing with your family, talking about all weekend long.
Wow. And I was going to ask, what did she find when she went to Arkansas? But I guess we have to tune in to find out, right?
First of all, I'm like, how is it that I grew up so close to Arkansas and never knew that there were diamond mines? And she went and found one of the largest raw diamonds ever recovered from this site where people around the world travel. It's wild.
Wow. All right. Well, that's a story we definitely can't miss. Now, we know you've already had so many exclusives. Who's still to come on your list here for season 7?
Oh, we have a big exclusive kicking off our holiday week of wishes. The one and only Patti LaBelle is kicking off our week of some of what I think is the best TV that we do. We have a lot of exclusives coming up, celebrating the holiday week of wishes, big giveaways, big surprises, things that people can win at home. One of my favorites is our holiday beauty bar, and we bring some of the top names in beauty on the show, Alejandra, including Danessa Myrick. She had this beauty balm that went viral this year, sold out literally every second. She joins us. We've got giveaways in that show that people can win from home, and I'm pretty psyched up about that.
Ooh, I am too. Now, you talk about the TAM fam, which is obviously the theme here for you. You want that sense of connection. What kinds of stories are you really excited to share or explore this season?
Life is complicated. It's not a straight line. So we always love stories of resilience. We love when people are able to share their full life. We just had Kimora Lee Simmons on. She's back on reality TV after 15 years. She's now adopted a little boy who is now 16. She adopted him when he was 8 years old. She had a full family and decided she wanted to do something more. And here you have this huge celebrity, this model, this person who has this very colorful life in reality TV. But in truth, there's so much more to her story. And I enjoy those kind of conversations. We had Jim Gaffigan on recently in an exclusive. Jim is one of the biggest comedians in the world. His humor transcends all things. But this was a guy who was a shy kid who lost both of his parents, but used those challenges in life to find a way to be joyful and relatable. I mean, when you hear Jim Gaffigan perform, you're like, that's me. And that's one of our exclusives. And those are the things that I like. You can have a big name, but in truth, we're all people and there are layers to the journey. And I enjoy talking about those things with our famous folks who come on, but truly the people who live next door to us.
Yeah, it's the people who make the stories, and I think that's really what brings that family feeling to your show. Tamron, for people who haven't tuned in yet, what do you really hope that they feel or take away from your shows, and when they're listening to these stories and what you're presenting to the viewers? What do you want them to take away with them the most?
I think that's a great question. You know what? I want you to feel connected. I mean, it's so easy to feel that we're all compartmentalized or that we're expected to stay on this side and you stay on that side. All of these things. With our show for that 1 hour, I want you to feel connected. I want there to be a conversation. Some of our biggest shows truly are in the spirit of just sitting down and saying, as we said in season 1, let's talk about it. And that's what we do.
Yeah, Tamron, thank you so much for taking the time to come on with us and chat with our OKC viewers. We appreciate you. And also, happy belated birthday. I know you just celebrated your birthday, too.
Oh, yes, I did. My 55th birthday. Now I'm now close to 56 as we celebrated. But thank you. That is so sweet. And I should mention, we got a lot of fun cooking shows coming up since it's the holidays and for folks looking for some great ideas. We have some of the biggest chefs in the world. And it came to mind because you can Google it. There is a pizza in the Oklahoma City area and in and around that bears my name. I'm just going to say that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to have to Google that. We were just talking about pizza this morning. We love it here on the morning show. Tamron, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.